trip took us up Weldon Canyon in the Santa Suzana Mountains. Actually, it was up Weldon Canyon and then back down East Canyon where we have been before. The trail, which is mostly a fire road, begins climbing quite quickly after leaving the paved side road. And we quite quickly begin to see the 5 freeway, which is heading towards Valencia. And then a little farther up, Dale stops to have his picture taken. I think we need to do something to vary our poses a little bit for these pictures. Here we peek through the trees to take a look out towards Stevenson's ranch. And then a little bit farther up, we get a view of the infamous Sunshine Canyon landfill. The county is trying to expand this landfill, but there's a lot of opposition. But what do we do with our trash? And then it's Jack's turn for a picture, with the background looking out towards the landfill. And then Dale does the same thing. That's the Van Norman Reservoir in the background there. But then it's time to continue on up the hill. And then, of course, another picture to pose for. But then we do start to get a better view of the surrounding countryside. In fact, although you can't really see them well in this picture, the downtown building towers of LA are in there. And then, a little farther on, we reach the high point of our trip. This is where the Weldon Canyon Trail meets the East Canyon Trail. But before heading back, we take a few minutes to admire the scenery. And again, there's the Interstate 5 freeway heading up towards the Grapevine. And then it is time to start heading back down East Canyon, where we get a chance to look over at some more of the Santa Suzana Mountains. This is an area that was pretty well ravaged by a brush fire last fall. There's even some singeing of the branches on some of the nearby trees. This East Canyon area is where they pretty much got the fire stopped. So that we still have lots of trees and growth along the trail, as opposed to the pretty well denuded hills in the other direction. And then we take a couple of other shots of the Santa Clarita Valley. It sure turned out to be a beautiful day. And then we take one last look by panning around with a video. This valley area is becoming the bedroom of Los Angeles, with lots and lots of new developments and no more rooftops. But still, the quiet mountains as the backdrop. And then it's back down the rest of the East Canyon Trail to get back to the car. Actually, we had 2 cars on this trip, one at the East Canyon Trailhead so we could drive back to the Weldon Canyon Trailhead where the other car was, and where we started this approximately 5-mile hike.